Welcome back to Penny Collector, the ultimate place for coin lovers, treasure hunters, and history seekers who believe that even the smallest coin can hold the biggest value. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1990 USA 1-cent coin with the RF mint mark. This coin might seem like just another penny you can find in your pocket change, but in reality, it has a rich history, unique features, and a surprising market value that can make collectors stop and take notice. If you love uncovering the mysteries behind coins and discovering the hidden treasures that may be sitting in your coin jar right now, then stay tuned until the very end of this video. The 1991-cent coin continues the long legacy of the Lincoln cent, first introduced back in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1990, the design of the penny was still showcasing Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, or front side of the coin. This portrait is iconic in American coinage and instantly recognizable worldwide. The reverse side of the coin carried the famous Lincoln Memorial design, which had been introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Every detail on the Lincoln Memorial can be seen if you look closely, even the tiny statue of Lincoln inside, a remarkable detail many people don't notice. Now, the 1990 penny with the RF mint mark is a coin that sparks curiosity among collectors. While most people are familiar with the more common mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, and the Philadelphia mint, which often goes unmarked, special designations like RF catch the attention of enthusiasts. Coins with unique mint marks can sometimes indicate test strikes, errors, or special production runs that make them more sought after in the collector's market. That is why coins like these are not just simple cents. They're conversation starters, pieces of history, and sometimes rare treasures. When it comes to condition, the 1990 penny in good or uncirculated condition becomes even more appealing. Coin collectors often talk about grades, ranging from circulated coins with wear and tear all the way up to brilliant uncirculated specimens that look almost flawless. A coin in good condition still carries value, especially if the details are sharp, the lettering is clear, and the surfaces shine. Even a tiny cent can become a prized possession when it survives decades without heavy damage or corrosion. For the 1991-cent coin, condition plays a major role in determining its price in today's coin market. So, what about its value today? That is the question every collector asks. A regular circulated 1990 penny might only be worth face value, just 1 cent, in everyday transactions. However, when you add in the RF mint marking and a strong condition grade, collectors become willing to pay more. Depending on demand, unique varieties of the 1990 penny can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to potentially hundreds of dollars for rare, error-filled, or exceptionally well-preserved examples. Some coins have shocked the market in the past, selling for thousands when auction houses confirmed rare minting varieties. Imagine holding a coin you thought was just worth a cent and discovering it could actually sell for more than you expected. That's the magic of coin collecting. The coin market is unpredictable, and history has shown us that pennies once considered ordinary can explode in value. Think about the famous 1943 steel cent, or the rare double-die pennies from 1955. Collectors who once overlooked these coins later realized their hidden worth. The 1991-cent coin could also be one of those sleepers, a coin that seems ordinary today but could become a gem in the future as interest grows. That is why collectors often save even common pennies in the hope that one day their patience will be rewarded with a surprising fortune. Another factor that adds excitement is the way values can climb over time. In the 1980s and 1990s, many pennies were dismissed as everyday change, but now in the modern collector's market, they are being reevaluated. Just imagine, by 2000 or 2005, these coins were already showing their age, and today, more than 30 years later, they're becoming nostalgic pieces of American history. Some sellers and collectors even list them online, with asking prices reaching into the hundreds or thousands. And in extreme cases, hype-up estimates in the millions have circulated across the internet, especially for error coins or misprints. This makes the hunt for the 1990 penny even more thrilling, as you never know when you might come across that jackpot coin sitting unnoticed in a box of change. The story of the 1991-cent coin is not just about money, it is also about history, art, and connection. Every penny you pick up carries the story of the American people, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. It reminds us that no detail is too small to be appreciated. Even in a coin worth just 1 cent, there is a universe of history to explore.
Next up, we are going to explore the fascinating details of the 1994 USA 1-cent coin minted in Denver with the D mint mark. This little coin, often passed through countless hands and pockets, is more than just 1 cent. It carries history, it carries design, and in certain cases, it carries real collector value that can surprise even the most casual hobbyist. So sit back and enjoy, because this 1994 penny has a lot more to offer than meets the eye. The 1994 penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which first began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of President Lincoln, one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. By 1994, this design had already been in circulation for 85 years, and it remained beloved for its simplicity and strength. On the reverse side of the coin, you will find the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even spot the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail many people never notice. This attention to detail makes the coin more than just money. It's a miniature work of art. The D mint mark on the 1994 penny tells us that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is one of the most active mints in the United States, producing billions of coins every year, and its D mint mark has become a familiar sight to collectors. The 1994 D penny had a large mintage, which means that millions were produced, making it a common coin in circulation. However, the value of any coin does not just depend on how many were made. It also depends on condition, demand, and rare errors that slip through during production. That's where the real excitement comes in for coin collectors. In good circulated condition, a 1994 D penny is often worth just its face value of 1 cent. But when you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value begins to climb. A sharp, shiny 1994 D penny with no scratches or wear can be worth far more than just a cent. Collectors may pay a few dollars for high-grade examples, and in some cases, coins that are professionally graded and certified at the highest levels, such as Mint State 67 or above, can sell for much higher prices. Some rare error varieties from the 1994 D series have also been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. These include double dies, off-center strikes, and other unusual minting mistakes that make each coin one of a kind. The coin market is full of surprises, and history shows that even modern pennies can reach shocking values. Think about the way certain pennies from the past, such as the 1955 double die or the 1943 steel cent, became legendary treasures worth thousands. Collectors often wonder if coins like the 1994 D penny could one day follow that path. While a regular 1994 penny may not seem valuable today, the rarest examples, especially those preserved in pristine condition, can already bring impressive prices in the collector market. Some online sellers list rare mint condition 1994 D pennies with asking prices stretching into the hundreds or even thousands, and rumors of extremely rare varieties being valued in the millions keep the excitement alive in the collecting community. By 1994, the Lincoln Cent had already gone through decades of production, and every year added new stories to the series. Collectors often compare coins from the early 1990s, like the 1990, 1991, 1992, and 1994 issues, to see how designs, mintages, and conditions differ. Each year tells its own chapter in the story of the penny, and the Denver Mint contributed massively to keeping these coins in the hands of Americans. A 1994 D penny, while common, still represents a time in history, a year of transition, and a collectible piece of American life. Coin collecting isn't just about profit, it's about discovery, history, and the thrill of finding something special. The 1994 D penny is a perfect example of that. For many people, it's just a coin you might toss into a change jar, but for collectors, it can be a doorway to learning, excitement, and even hidden value.
Next, we are dedicated to the 1995 United States 1-cent coin struck at the Denver Mint, the 1995 D penny. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin you've seen countless times in your pocket change. But when we look deeper, this coin has an interesting story, a rich design, and in some cases, surprising value in today's collector market. If you enjoy learning about the true worth of coins and the fascinating history they carry, you're in the right place. The 1995 penny belongs to the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which began back in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see Victor David Brenner's timeless portrait of President Lincoln, a design that has stood the test of time for over a century. The reverse side of the coin in 1995 still displayed the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. With sharp lettering, a classic building, and even the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, the coin's design shows the level of detail and artistry put into something as small as a penny. The Denver Mint produced the 1995 D penny, and that D Mint mark just beneath the date tells us where it came from. Denver has always been one of the most active mints in the United States, producing billions of coins every year to keep up with circulation demands. In 1995 alone, the Denver Mint struck a huge number of pennies, making this coin fairly common at the time. However, as decades pass, even common coins begin to stand out when they survive in better condition or show unique errors from the minting process. That is exactly what makes hunting for 1995 D pennies so exciting for collectors today. When it comes to value, condition is the key factor. A 1995 D penny in average circulated condition is typically worth just 1 cent. However, collectors are always looking for coins that have remained in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. A shiny, bright red 1995 D penny with no scratches or wear can be worth much more. High-grade examples, especially those certified by professional grading companies in mint state grades like MS66 or MS67, can sell for several dollars each. While that may not sound like a fortune, for a coin that most people overlook, it's a great return. And in rare cases, coins with exceptional strikes, brilliant luster, or unusual errors can fetch prices in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. What truly excites collectors are the errors and varieties. While the 1995 D does not have as famous a double die as the 1995 Philadelphia penny, collectors still search carefully for Denver-struck coins with striking mistakes such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or die cracks. These errors turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind piece. Depending on the severity and rarity of the error, these coins can command very high premiums. Some lucky collectors have even reported selling error pennies for hundreds of dollars, all because they noticed something different about their coin. Looking back, the mid-1990s pennies like the 1994 D, 1995 D, and 1996 D are becoming increasingly nostalgic. Many people now collect coins from the years they were born or from decades gone by, which boosts interest in these modern issues. Over time, more and more high-grade 1995 D pennies will disappear into private collections, meaning the remaining examples will only grow in value. History has shown us that coins once thought to be ordinary can later become stars of the collector market, and the 1995 D penny might one day be remembered in the same way. So, if you come across a 1995 D penny, don't dismiss it as just another piece of change. Look carefully at its condition, examine the details of the strike,
and check for any unusual features. You never know when you might be holding a hidden treasure. That's the true thrill of coin collecting. Every penny tells a story, and every penny has the potential to surprise you with its worth. Next up, we're exploring the 2000 USA 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny. This coin may seem like an ordinary piece of change, something you've seen thousands of times in circulation. But the truth is that it carries history, artistry, and in some cases, surprising value in today's collector market. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned hobbyist, the 2000 penny is a coin you'll want to know more about. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909. And by the year 2000, it had already celebrated over 90 years of production. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find Victor David Brenner's legendary portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This portrait has remained one of the most iconic designs in American coinage, instantly recognizable to millions of people across the world. On the reverse, the penny still featured the Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959. If you look closely, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail so small that many people never notice it without a magnifying glass. This attention to fine design makes the coin a miniature work of art in your pocket. The year 2000 pennies were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver carry the familiar D under the date. Together, these mints produced billions of pennies, ensuring that the 2000 Lincoln Cent was widely available in circulation. Because of this massive mintage, most 2000 pennies are considered common. However, as collectors know, condition, rarity, and errors are what truly determine a coin's value. Even among billions of coins, rare gems can be found. In circulated condition, a 2000 penny will usually be worth just 1 cent. But when you find one in uncirculated condition, especially with its original red color and sharp details, the value increases significantly. High-grade examples, certified by professional grading services, can sell for several dollars each. The highest grades, such as Mint State 67 or Mint State 68, are particularly prized and can command much higher prices from collectors who want the very best examples for their collections. What makes the 2000 penny even more exciting are its varieties and errors. One of the most famous and valuable varieties from this year is the 2000 Wide AM Reverse. On most pennies from 2000, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are very close together, almost touching. But on the Wide AM variety, the letters are clearly separated, creating a noticeable gap. This variety is rare and highly sought after by collectors. A 2000 Wide AM penny in high grade can sell for hundreds of dollars, and even circulated examples are worth far more than face value. In addition to the Wide AM, other minting errors exist for the 2000 penny, including off-center strikes, die cracks, and double strikes. These unique errors can dramatically increase a coin's value because they make each piece one of a kind. Some collectors specialize in error coins, and they are always willing to pay a premium for unusual examples. Imagine finding a 2000 penny in your change and discovering it has a rare error that makes it worth a small fortune. That's the thrill of coin collecting. As we look back at the year 2000, this penny also carries a sense of nostalgia. It represents the turn of the millennium, a time when the world was moving into a new century with excitement and uncertainty. Holding a 2000 penny is like holding a piece of that history in your hands. For collectors, it's not just about the value in dollars, it's about connecting to the past, appreciating the design, and preserving a piece of everyday American life for the future. So, the next time you come across a 2000 penny, take a closer look. Check the condition, examine the AM spacing on the reverse, and see if you might be holding a valuable Wide AM variety. Even if it's just an ordinary example, remember that every coin tells a story, and every coin has the potential to become a collector's treasure as time goes on. Thank you so much for watching this video here on Penny Collector.
I hope you enjoyed learning about the history, design, and value of the 2000 Lincoln cent. If you love discovering the hidden worth of coins and want to join me on more journeys through American coinage, then be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to Penny Collector. Stay curious, keep hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.